Hello everyone, a very warm welcome to all of you. Myself Joshua from Coimbatore. I am currently pursuing my BA Production Science at PSG College of Technology. So this is my first video in YouTube. I created this video for the purpose for my work presentation for the subject Communication Skill for Engineers in my college. So today I'm going to talk about one of the most interesting topic and one of the upcoming technology that is going to play a major role in future. So 5, 10, 15 years ago, we never could have imagined that virtual reality was once the dream of science fiction. But the internet was also once a dream. And so were the smartphones and the computers. The future is coming. So today I'm going to talk about XR technologies, right? So let's see what is meant by virtual environment. So right now you are sitting in somewhere like your home or workplace or in college and listening to my work presentation. So it's a real environment. If you are able to recreate this environment with the help of software, then it's called virtual environment. You can also able to recreate your own imagination like a fantasy world. Say for an example, you guys might have went to the mall like Brookfield's Fun Mall or some mall and played a game like wearing a virtual reality headset and walking on a wooden board like this. So the person who is playing the particular game, how they experience is a person is standing on the top of the cliff. Imagine like Mount Everest. So the person is walking on the cliff like this. So up to a certain level, what happens? The person falls up from the cliff. So he or she is not doing like that in reality, but by virtually we are experiencing something which is not isn't it. So that is virtual reality. Now let's see what is meant by augmented reality. Before let's see what is meant by virtual objects. So objects that are created by the software, it's called virtual objects. You can easily understand by real objects. Real objects means the objects that are surrounded by you. Example, car, chair, table, etc. So that are real objects. So virtual objects means objects that are created by the software. So augmented reality means creating virtual objects to display in the real world. Example, with the help of camera in your mobile phone, a person can able to try on shoes without going to the shoe store, right? So most of the times we purchase shoes on online. We always have the consent, isn't it, regarding the size of the shoe. So with the help of camera in your mobile phone, a person can able to check how the shoe looks onto you, how the size of color, how it looks to the particular person, and you can make a better decision whether you want to purchase the shoe or not, right? So that is augmented reality. Now let's see what is the mixed reality. Any guess what is the mixed reality? Right, some guys might have got the correct answer. Right, it is a combination of virtual reality and augmented reality. So the virtual objects are added to the virtual environment, and moreover user can also able to interact with the virtual objects. Now let's see one simple example. So imagine guys, you are wearing a virtual reality headset with a VR headset, and in front of you a bike or car is there. So you are a design engineer. A person can able to change a design of an automobile with the help of virtual reality. So um, around you there are many real objects like the table, chair, fan, etc. But between them uh, virtual object is there, right? So imagine this is a bike. So you can able to change the design of a bike. Like if you want to change this part to this part, you can able to change easily, not by physically but by virtually with the help of the technology called mixed reality. So now let's see extended reality. In the beginning I said XR, its full form is extended reality. So in real and virtual environment, the computer technology that helps to create virtual reality and augmented reality and mixed reality, so we call all of these as extended reality. So now let's see the importance of AR and VR. So the demand for AR and VR grew 1400% in 2019 itself. So most of the software engineers predict that we will see the full impact of AR and VR in the next 5 years. So now let's see the average salary of an AR VR in the US is around $140,000. In India, it's around 1 crore, which is not a small salary, isn't it? Right. So now let's see one quote in the word of industrialist, right? So I do think eventually that all countries will have air experience every day, almost like eating or 3 meals a day. It will become that much part of you by Tim Cook, CEO of Apple. So now let's see the types of headset used for virtual reality and augmented reality. So based on the degrees of freedom, there are two types of headset. One is 3 degrees of freedom and another is 6 degrees of freedom. So in 3 degrees of freedom, a person can able to rotate his or head in this direction, in this direction. He can also able to rotate his head in this direction. So in 3 degrees of freedom, a person can able to rotate his head in 3 different directions, whereas in 6 degrees of freedom, a person can able to rotate this in 3 different directions. In order to that, he can also able to move, but in 3 degrees of freedom, he can only able to rotate his hand. So can you relate, engineers, can you relate this with mathematics? So the three directions specified here is x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. So for 3 degrees of freedom, the commonly used headset is Samsung Gear VR, and for 6 degrees of freedom, Oculus Rift, and for 6 degrees of freedom with standalone headset, Oculus Quest. In the beginning I said a person can able to change design of a bike by virtually. For that particular case, we use Oculus Quest. So you are wearing a virtual reality headset and you have two joystick like that. So you can, but with the help of the joystick, we can also be able to play video games, or if you want to change a design of a bike for a design engineer, you can also be able to use this headset, right? So now let's see the applications of VR and AR. In AR and VR play a huge role in the education, in the space of healthcare, in the space of training in the sense driving, medical training, military training, entertainment, and etc. So job role. So the job role for an AR and VR engineer is sound engineer, 3D artist, 3D animator, game developer, game designer, etc. So I conclude my work presentation with a very beautiful quote from Albert Einstein. If you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough. I hope I explained the things simply and you can able to understand. So thank you for your time to listen to my world presentation and give your valuable comment in the comment box. Thank you.